What's up, everybody? Back with another episode. Today we're going to talk about wrist extension and flexion. Essentially, this talks about how the wrist can have a couple functions. First of all, this is called extension and this is called flexion. This is going to come a lot into different dance aspects in many forms. The main things to keep in mind are if you're tutting and you get into a position like this and you're trying to do a tut, this is not really good wrist movement. You're getting more finger movement. All right, the fingers are compensating for what the wrist should be doing. All right, there's a lot of other things that go into contact with how the bones of your hand interact, and I'll throw a little picture right around here of where the bones are on how they interact in terms of compression or how they can become a little bit dysfunctional. Not only are we looking at the bones, we're also looking at the various forearm muscles. If your forearm muscles are very tight due to a lot of different landings in the dance, a lot of other items that come along with whether you're lifting or not, or you might be doing some other items other than just dancing. Basically what happens is if you're really tight here, you're going to have limited movement in terms of pronation, supination, right? So pronation going down, supination coming up, palm facing up to the ceiling. So what we can do is try to identify what the limiting factor is. If our limitation is in the muscle, then we can begin to soften up or loosen up that tissue. And what I mean by that is if you get a ball or you want to use your thumb or a couple of fingers to help loosen up any tight spots in your arm, what you can try to do is say you're trying to move into this position in terms of flexion, right? If you're trying to tut, you're going to flex here, you're going to use these muscle groups, or you might need to loosen up back here because these muscles might be so tight that you can't get into this position because they should be loose in order to allow you to turn these guys on. So one or the other, this or this. So what we're trying to do is find a tight spot, and then eventually you can either get someone to help you out in terms of a massage therapist or physical therapist or other manual therapists in that same mindset. So find a tight spot on the muscle. Then what you do is you could put a thumb into that position, really hold that, and then move your hand, your elbow, your shoulder around without moving this thumb. So if you find another tight spot all around, I usually go for around 3 tight spots, either with a lacrosse ball, a baseball, or a golf ball. Maybe if I pin it to like a baseball onto, or excuse me, a lacrosse ball, whatever it may be, onto a table or box, hold it there, move my hand around, find another spot, go on from there. If this doesn't seem to resolve your issue, or if you have a deep kind of aching soreness pain right here, what we can do is we can begin to stretch or actually decompress the bones within the hands. So what we can do is we can either hold our hand like this, begin to relax the bones itself, or we can go to a band here, one or the other, and I'm going to show you from the side angle. I'm going to hold the band in a different way. Instead of just holding the band like this, I'm going to loop my hand through the band and then come around again. So my palm is like this, the band is going through here like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a good stretch. Yeah, I'm getting a lat stretch, but I'm also trying to stretch this in this manner. So the direction that I'm going for is this way. All right, so my hand is relaxing and then the bones are trying to relax into this manner. All right, that's called distraction, or not in terms of distracting, but in terms of relaxing the specific muscles away from compression or approximation, whatever phrase you want to use. So if the bones are being pushed down like this because you're landing in terms of handstands, freezes, whatever it may be, try to decompress those bones along with relaxing the forearm muscles to really give yourself some breathing room in terms of after practice or before your next session. All right, so give those things a try, and you should let me know what you think in the comments below.